Hey, you guys, welcome back to another beautiful live with Kareen, the young lady. She is such a beautiful young lady. She does Reiki, and I don't know what the other one is. I wanted to ask you about that. And she's a fruitarian coach as well. So, welcome her and thank you for coming on our channel. And remember, her contact information is down below in the description. So, please don't forget to go and check her out on Instagram and any other websites that she have. Thank you for coming.
Mm, Hi.
Hi. So, I like to start out with asking questions about the beginning, like when you was growing up as a child. How was your eating habits?
That's a very good question. Uh,
Oh, I can't hear you.
you can't hear me?
I can hear you now. I don't know. It start chopping up.
Okay, give me a second. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, growing up, I grew up in an Armenian family, so I ate a lot of like traditional Armenian foods.
Hmm.
There was a lot of meat, a lot of cheese, um, and honestly, I from what I remember, for as long as I can remember, I was not eating healthy. Like I always had certain patterns. Like I was in love with Nutella. Like I really loved peanut butter. Like all of these processed foods. I ate a lot of bread. So, and I had a lot of like patterns where I would eat at night. Um, so my eating patterns were not very balanced, I would say. So that's how my childhood went, and I feel like I was emotional eating from a very very young age, from the age of 1, I would say. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. I know that you are a fruitarian, and that means different things for different people. So, what is a fruitarian, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, so a fruitarian, I love the way you say that. I feel like there's this different ways to say the word as well.
Mhm.
But so it's basically my diet consists of 70 to 80% fruit, and the rest is like herbal blends or salads, and well, those are actually fruits as well. Like cucumbers are fruits and tomatoes are fruits. Um, so most of my diet is fruits. Yeah, very high water content food. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, how did you learn about becoming a fruitarian? And or did you start out being raw vegan or vegan?
Yeah, I started out being vegan. So how my journey went is I discovered that I had an eating disorder from a young age. So at the age of 23, I discovered that I had these patterns that were not normal, and that dated back from when I was very young, which made me very aware of how I eat, how I think. But mostly, I was focusing on the food because I thought it was the food the problem.
Mhm.
Um, so that taught me a lot. I had a lot of acne. I had a lot of issues, like digestive issues. And then a friend of mine told me, "Oh, try to cut out cheese." And that's how the journey started. And once I started removing these things from my diet, I started seeing like really a lot of changes. But I was still in these patterns of overeating, even on the healthy foods. Um, and like, let's say, just as an example, I would overeat honey, or at this time I wasn't vegan. So I was transitioning, but I was still overeating like the healthy foods. And um, I saw like, which made me dig deeper into this journey of finding out like what's best for my body and why I'm doing these things.
Mhm.
And I really dove deep into like finding the best diet for the human body. And I did a lot of research and I tried it on my own self.
Mhm.
So I've tried every single diet that you can imagine, like the protein diet, the keto diet, everything that you can imagine. I've tried it, and
Mhm.
I found that how I feel the best is on fruits. Yeah, like insane how I feel. I can't even describe it in words. Like it's light energy. It's like there's no bloating. You feel hydrated. You feel alive. Your mind is clear. Like there's just so many benefits to it. So yeah, that's how my journey started.
Yes. Wow, that's amazing. So you healed with your acne when you changed your eating. What was some of the other changes that you see? Did you saw your energy level? I know you say your digestion felt better and you don't have bloating. But is there any other things that you saw changed?
Yes. I would say that I wasn't, because I suffered from depression as well. I suffered from anxiety. All of that was gone.
Wow.
Like, yeah. And the only time that it would come back, and this is when I found out that I have to look at my mind as well. The only time it would come back is at times of stress.
Mhm.
Yeah, because these patterns of eating to soothe my emotions were ingrained in my mind, in my neural pathways. It was just like a habit that I've been doing my whole life. So as soon as I would feel stress, it was just automatic that I would go to the overeating foods,
Mhm.
and that's when I started like telling myself like, okay, start focusing on how you think and how your beliefs um, with the food, like in addition to the food, because it's not only the food, right? So, but I can honestly say that the fruits like gave me the path to find that, you know, because
Mhm.
I had a clear mind so that I can actually see what's going on in my life, and like there was no blur anymore. Yeah.
Mhm. Wow, as you were speaking, I was thinking like all over the world, a lot of times we use food for comfort. You know, even gatherings, if someone marry or someone pass away or whatever, I mean, it's always surrounded around food or somebody's not, you know, depression or whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
surrounded around food. This is something to think about. You know what I'm saying? As you speaking, I'm like, this is powerful. How food has transformed our way of thinking. I mean, this is amazing. We need to go in a lot of times and
Yes.
get out. So this is wow, you just took me on a whole nother
Yeah.
thinking. Wow, that is amazing.
And actually, it's interesting that you bring that up because whenever I was transitioning, there was a lot of challenges I had to go through because coming from a family that's Armenian,
Mhm.
everything revolves around food, every event. And when I started transitioning, I was like, it was kind of like I was an outsider, like trying to get out of those patterns.
Mhm.
And it was so crazy to see how much we eat and how like there's no limit, like how much like we put on the table. And
Mhm.
everybody, all like I started noticing like patterns in my own family, how everybody would be like, oh my God, I'm so full, and kind of like continuing to eat. And there's no connection to your body and what your body is actually telling you, like giving you signals. And it's like we bypass these signals, and because it's like we've done it so much that it's been normalized. But even the food now that I see on the table, I'm like, wow, like all of this is filled with oil. Like it's filled with, it's very dense and heavy foods that that's hard to digest on the body, you know? So, and I just noticed a lot of things, like a lot of patterns of people getting sick consistently, and it just opened up a whole world for me. And I was like, wow, like I need to set very strong boundaries if I really want to get out of these patterns. So
Mhm.
really like generational, no?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm same way. I mean, why are you? It's so many things coming to me that it happens too in a lot of different sectors. And sitting down, eating with people, and not being conscious. I think the body shuts the mind. I don't know. It's just weird. Like you don't be conscious. And I
Yeah.
think Lissa, I don't know if you know. Lissa, and Nate, Raw Food Romance.
Oh
I
yeah.
think they shut everything down and they just focus on the food, and they I think they might play chess or something, but to not be conscious when eating, and I think that's when the overeating happens.
Mm,
Being laughing, and I'm not saying that's not good to do, but I think the body goes into a, I don't know. It's just weird. As you talking, I'm like,
yeah.
okay, this when people shut down, even myself shut down and not being conscious
Mhm.
while I'm eating and just eating, or even watching TV or whatever, not being present
Exactly.
in the moment
Yes.
and more focused on other things. So,
Exactly. And I feel like eating should be like kind of like a ritual because you're giving energy to your body. It's an exchange, and the food is alive. I
yes.
mean, if you're eating fruits and herbal blends, like if you're eating food that's actually alive, then
Mhm.
it's going to give you like strength and it's going to nourish you. So, really connecting and taking the time to be calm. And because most of the times, like, I feel like a lot of us are, and I'm speaking from my own experience, like, um, my entire life, every time I was gonna eat, I was always like nervous. Like my body was always nervous because there was some kind of like a. We also have an animal brain, right?
Mhm.
We have a part of our brains that's very animalistic, and these patterns come from like the old times where we didn't have access to a lot of food, so we would eat so that we could be full, and then for days, like if we don't have food, then we can survive, right? Because we have storage. But we're not in those times anymore, right?
Right.
So it's about shifting our mindset from like this survival mode to just being more in a flow state and more present with everything that's going on around us, and doing things intentionally and not just to do it, not just to eat because
Yes.
there's a party going on and we want to, like, it's okay to celebrate, and it's okay to share meals with people. This is from my own perspective. Again, I don't want to put anything on anyone,
Right.
but I think it's like it shouldn't be like a, a reason to not listen to your own body, because a lot of times in my own family, like let's say, um, I would have like let's say dinner with them, and then it was around the time I was changing my habits,
Mhm.
and I wouldn't be hungry, and like I would be like, okay, no, I'm not gonna eat, and they'd be like, oh my god, you're not gonna eat, you're not gonna eat, like, and it would be such a huge thing. And even the elderly in my family, they're always like, oh my, okay, eat this, kind of like forcing you to eat, but their intentions are good.
Mhm.
um so it's just like, yeah, being mindful of like how you feel, how your body feels,
Mhm.
not everything going on the outside, right? So
Yeah. Yes, I agree. And I think it's easier when you're around more conscious, I'm not saying not to be around family. I'm just saying it's more conscious, I mean more conscious people, because if I'm sitting around a group of people and they just eating and just like going in a gym,
Mhm.
that energy is there, and then you find yourself like, if I'm not focused myself on myself,
Mhm.
and everybody getting a second plate,
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, okay, oh, that was good. Let me get some more. Like you said, thinking that it's not, we're in the famine, you're not gonna have food in the next 10 days or something.
yeah,
So wow, this is very I'm loving this conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank
Wow.
you. Yeah, it's really a deep subject, honestly, when it comes to food. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Um, Being in is one of the most important things I find, and that's what's helped me the most, like in my life. Like the first thing that actually made me very conscious of my inner self is yoga and
Mhm.
just breathing, because you have no choice but to be present. When you're doing the movements, and it's also a form of meditation because you're breathing, you're connecting to your body, you're connecting to the world inside of you, your core, you know. So yeah, there's a lot of tools that we can use to connect inward, because I do believe that we create our outer world from our inner world. So um, yeah,
Yes.
first advice I give everyone.
So what is it called? Theta? What is how do you pronounce it?
Yeah, Theta, I guess.
Te Te. Oh,
Ted, Theta.
Teta? Okay.
I hope I'm saying that right. It, it's a brain wave, basically. So one of the healing tools that I use on my clients, and I've used on myself as well, is Theta healing, and that's a way. It's a little bit similar to hypnosis, but it's basically um, going into your subconscious mind, being conscious in your subconscious mind. So, um, the way that I do it is I connect to the energy of the earth. So,
Mhm.
I bring my energy down into the earth, and I ground my energy, and I pull it back up, and I connect to the universe, the
Mhm.
universal realm, um, just so I'm like fully connected. And then from this space, I go into the energy of my client.
Mhm.
And all of this is like with my own consciousness. I do it, and I ask a series of questions so that we can unblock any limiting beliefs that the person has and find the root of it.
Mhm.
So basically, we're digging into the subconscious mind so that we can reprogram any limiting beliefs, and and yeah, just get rid of any stuck energy, stuck emotions, stuck beliefs,
Mhm.
and rewire it. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds very amazing. I've used hypnosis during a pregnancy one time, and it was just very calming. I mean, it was relaxing, and yeah, going
Wow.
in
You,
then stuff. Hmm.
you were pregnant, like when you did it?
Yes.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes. I took an hour and nobody bothered me. I just needed that time. So yeah.
Wow, yeah, it is very powerful.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
feel it's like good to turn to these different holistic ways of healing, because we are energetic beings,
Hmm.
just a physical body. Uh,
Hmm.
we have so many other bodies. We don't see it, but we can feel it. And um, if we can really tune in to these different ways of healing, then it could be very, very beneficial. You
Yes. 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 Yes, I agree. So who inspires you to be raw vegan in your spirituality, if you have one, or just being free? Free minded, open, free
Yeah.
spirit.
um, I would say it was it was around the time that it was around COVID, I would say. Um, who really inspired me? I can't really pinpoint like a person, but I just feel like it was my life, like in general, like my experiences and what I went through. My entire life, ever since I was young, I remember asking myself, like, what am I doing here? And I remember when I was in high school, I would get bullied a lot, and I was just not accepted for who I am. And I would just ask myself, like, and pray. I would pray a lot because in my culture, like, uh, we're taught to believe in a God. And back then, I was praying without really believing. I was just taught that.
Mhm.
But I would ask questions and I would be like, okay, what am I doing here? Why don't people like me? Why do I feel so alone? And during COVID time, I got the answer to all of my questions that I was asking when I was very, very young. And what happened is I started doing yoga. I had the time to turn inward.
Mhm.
And that just opened a whole new world for me. And I started seeing the world very, very differently. Um, and I would also mention that psychedelics did play a big role in my life.
Mhm.
I don't know if you've ever heard of psychedelics,
Yes.
but yeah, and it is natural. Like it does come from the earth. So, and it is a tool for us to just expand our consciousness and open up our mind. So that showed me that everything is energy and I am connected to everything.
Mhm.
So ever since then, I started seeing the world like for truly what it is, like the trees, that they're alive and they're giving us like oxygen, and
Mhm.
the birds, like how animals are so innocent and they're so pure, and they're just nature really helped me, I would say.
Mhm.
um, a lot of different things in my life like really helped me open up. And most of all, I would say, is my binge eating um, disorder, I would say.
Mhm.
That made me like question things, and why am I the way I am, and why am I not happy, why don't I feel good. So I dove deep into um, finding that deeper sense of like fulfillment. And
Mhm.
then through nature I saw that, wow, like there is a true there's a spirit here.
Mhm.
There's an energy of a spirit that's moving through all of us,
Mhm.
and that's giving us life, and it's pure, pure love, and
Mhm.
we all have it inside of us.
Yeah.
So that's when my faith even got stronger. And um, actually a lot of other things happened, but uh, that's when the Reiki came in as well.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no,
Wow.
there's a lot that happened in my life.
It's beautiful though. I love it. Wow. So, what is some of the biggest misconceptions of the way you eat that you've heard people say?
Yeah. Um, I would say um, like how fruits are not nourishing enough. There a lot of people have fear of fruits
Hmm.
because of sugar, but they don't understand that it's not the same sugar as like sugar made in a lab and processed in factories. That's fake sugar. Like it's literally created by a man,
Hmm.
like it's not real. And your body does not recognize things that are not made from nature.
Hmm.
Your body is nature. You come, this body comes from the earth. So um that's a huge misconception. And it's important that to rewire that belief, that fear, you
Hmm.
know fear of fruits. Because, and I would honestly recommend people to try it for themselves. Like, do fruits for 1 week and see how you feel. You're gonna see the difference. You're gonna be like, oh my god, I actually do feel amazing. I am hydrated, my skin is like so clear. And you have to try it for yourself, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Yes. Yes, I agree. So, like, um, what could you give us a typical day of what you eat? Like a typical day of how you eat.
Yeah. So I I don't eat in the morning, but after I go to the gym, I like to go to the gym on an empty stomach. After that, I'll eat like fruits that are in season. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so just recently, I was eating papaya. Like
Mm-hmm.
I had a whole papaya. It was so good. Very soothing and nourishing, hydrating. I ate that, and then I just do more fruit throughout the day, like a lot of it, until I feel full. Um, and then so throughout the day, I'll have like maybe 2 3 meals of big amounts of fruit, and
Mm-hmm.
then towards the evening, like maybe 3 to 4 hours before I go to sleep, I'll have a big salad, like filled with all kinds of vegetables, even sprouts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that's usually what I eat, and I don't put oils on my food. Like for me personally, it doesn't work. I don't like olive oil, things like that. But I will have like nuts. I'll have like a handful of cashews, almonds, um, and yeah, different types of nuts. Mm.
Okay.
So it's simple. It's very simple, like the way I. Mm.
So you don't make a dressing. You just add the nuts on top of your salad.
No, I do. I do dressings, but I love lemon or lime. I
Oh.
usually do that, or sometimes I'll make dressings of like cashew dressing. Like I'll soak it and then I'll blend it and I'll put different like garlic inside, or uh,
Mm-hmm.
maybe zucchini as well because it's very creamy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I'll make sauces like that, but it's more rare because I like the lemon taste. Or I'll do orange juice in my salad. Yeah.
Okay. Do you eat salt as well or no?
No.
No. No. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. That's something I don't know. I tried to get off, but I don't know if it's something that I don't know what it is. But
Yeah, I find Himalayan salt is good sometimes, but not a lot. Like,
mm-hmm.
if you listen to the medical medium, he talks about this, like why salt is not good. There's a lot of doctors that actually talk about this, like Alan Goldhammer, I think his name is. Like, he runs a fasting clinic, like a water fasting clinic,
Mm-hmm.
I believe. And he talks about salt, how we have to stay away from salt, sugar, and oil. Yeah, that's what.
Wow.
Yeah, he's monitored people, like
Mm-hmm.
people go to him to heal like cancer and really big severe diseases, and while they're healing, he'll monitor them, and
Mm-hmm.
then the refeeding period, like um, he'll see what how the foods affect the body, and uh,
Mm-hmm.
mostly the diet that they give to the patients is fruits and herbal blends and
Mm-hmm.
cooked, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Do you drink water? Because I remember my dad. He used to drink a lot of water, no salt, but then he would like blank out. He would have those. Is like he needed sodium. But do you drink a lot of water, or do you get it from your fruits?
I mostly get it from juices and my fruits, but I'll have water sometimes. Yeah. But I'll let's say throughout my day, my goal is to liquid form. Like my goal is to have 3 liters of liquid
Mm-hmm.
a day. So I'll have more coconut water. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
have like a liter and a half of coconut water, and the rest I'll do juices.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wasn't able to drink my coconut water, like let's say at the end of the day I was busy, I'll just have a cup of water with lemon inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In the morning, I'll have lemon water, and at night as well, I'll have lemon water. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes up the sodium part,
Yes.
the lemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you take any supplement? You were saying something?
I don't take supplements that are like made in labs. I'll
Hmm.
anything that's from nature. So I'll take like spirulina powder. barley grass juice powder, um, ashwagandha. I'll take. I'll take. I take a lot of mushroom blends like lion's mane, cordyceps, all of the different types of like mushrooms that are very good for your brain.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Other than that, what else? Like I don't take like vitamin D. I don't take things like that. Yeah. And I feel great. Like I don't. And I've done blood work as well. Like it's very good. Like I'm not missing anything.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'll take like manga leaf powder, which is really good for your hair and your nails.
Hmm.
And yeah, I feel like the fruits also just give me everything I need. Yeah. Mm.
Yes. Yes, I'm a witness to that too. With the fruit is so healing. I just love it. Love it.
Yes. It's incredible, honestly.
Yeah. Yes. So eating a lot of fruit, like how is your sleeping? Like do
Mm.
you get how many hours of sleep you typically get?
I sleep 8 hours um, to the T. Like I make sure that I'm getting 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Even if but if I miss like an hour, let's say, I still feel energized because
Mm-hmm.
of the fruits. And I sleep very deep. Like
Mm-hmm.
I sleep very calm, deep. I don't wake up at night and I have a lot of dreams, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like my body is not working so hard on digesting. It's it's cleaning my system, but also the fruits are helping like the process. So I'm not dispensing so much energy on the digesting all the foods at night, because
Mm-hmm.
your sleeping is when your body is regenerating you, it's cleansing you, it's really like working on cleaning your system and giving you that energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like eating these fruits is helping me have more energy and less work on my body to do. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
But
what
if
ah,
I compare myself to like the past, and my diet in the past and how I would sleep, like it was not, it wasn't good. Like I would wake up every morning with like my stomach would hurt, like I would just not feel good. I wouldn't wake up with energy at all. Like when you sleeping, you wake up, you're supposed to have energy. That's how you know that your diet is good. That's how you know that you've been regenerated.
yes. Yes. Oh my God. It was something I was gonna ask you. Mm.
Sorry, I cut you.
Oh no, no, it's okay. It'll come back, you know. I don't know what I was gonna ask you. But anyway, I know you're young and everything. Just starting. I'm just saying that you're young. Um, what is a legacy that you would like to leave behind?
I love this question. Um, I would really love to make an impact on people and the world, make a difference, in a good way. Um, and I want to do this through honoring myself and my body and inspiring others that, like, you are already everything that you want to be. Like, you are already loved, you are already enough. Um,
Hmm.
and I would really love to help people who suffer from binge eating because I suffered from it and I know how hard it is. Like, I know the thought patterns and the mindset. Like, I know the fear based mindset and how draining it could be. Um, and how stuck it can make you feel. So I would really, really love to be the light for others and guide them on a path of healing. So that's my main goal and my mission for this world. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful, and we need that. So thank you. Wow. Um, did you like? How long have you been a fruitarian vegan? Um, and I should have asked you that in the beginning. Um, and did you have any cravings, or do you have any cravings, and how do you handle? I know that's a lot of questions.
an amazing question, and I'm very happy you're touching on this. So I've been vegan for 3 years now, a little bit over 3 years. And yeah, I've been fruitarian and raw vegan for maybe a year and a half. Like raw vegan a year and a half, and fruitarian just this past year. I really got into the fruits.
Mhm.
Um, so it was like a journey
Mhm.
to,
Yeah.
discover, like making me feel my best.
Mhm.
And so cravings, that's an amazing topic because I feel like everybody suffers from this. A lot of people suffer from this. And um, the cravings come from basically your gut, like inside of your gut. If you still have um, foods that are like, let's say, you haven't cleansed your body.
Mhm.
Because what happens when we transition to veganism or raw, especially raw foods,
Mhm.
is that we still have all of the residues of the old foods that we were eating, like cooked foods. And
Mhm.
it's all stuck in our GI tract. Um, and our liver as well, like gets loaded with these because if you're not digesting it well, like let's say sticky foods like Nutella, things like that, it sticks on your GI tract.
Mhm.
So if you're not removing it, if you're not cleansing it properly, then your body is gonna want what's inside of your gut because it's basically like bacteria that's feeding off of it, and it wants more.
Wow.
It wants to feed on more of it. So
Mhm.
that's what the cravings are. It's actually just your body, your what's going on the inside, telling you like, give me more of what's in here. You know.
Yes.
So cravings, I had it in the past, but when I cleansed my gut, I did a 40-day juice cleanse when I was going raw vegan.
Mhm.
I learned this from Shane Sterling.
Mhm.
Um, I There was no more cravings after that, and I was able to absorb all of the raw foods and just not like it was insane. Like the difference, it was crazy to not have the cravings because I felt like food didn't have power over me anymore.
Mhm.
So that was really amazing. And even now, what I learned is to balance, like, not be so harsh on myself. Like, um, let's say I like my grandmother. Sometimes she'll make me like a meal that's a traditional Armenian meal,
Mhm.
and she'll be like I know you like this, have it,
Mhm.
and I won't say no, like because I do love the taste and like but it's not a meal that I would have typically. Like it'll be like a cooked a meal, like vine leaves with rice inside. I
Mhm.
It's all about like your mindset as well. It's like don't fear the food. You can have it once in a while, that's okay. you know
Mhm.
it's also like just learning to like enjoy life as well and not be so rigid and strict on yourself.
Mhm. Yes, I like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
this has been such a beautiful conversation interview. Do you have any last remarks that you would like to share with us?
Yeah, for sure. I really feel like if we want to heal, we have to exercise. Well, first, like really exercising our mind and really putting in the beliefs that we are already love.
Mhm.
Like we are already complete and whole. And it's not about like going towards like being complete and whole. It's about just embodying that energy and tuning your frequency to that,
Mhm.
your higher self. So my advice to you is to focus on like what's going on in your mind as much as what's going on in your body,
Mhm.
because it's connected, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. So and also like connect to your heart when
Mhm.
you're having too many thoughts. Connect to your heart and be like, okay, what does my heart want right now?
Mhm.
So yeah, that's my biggest advice for people. And that healing is a journey. It's not going to have it happen overnight. So be kind and patient with yourself, and trust your intuition. It's you're always being guided. Hmm. My message.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. This has been so beautiful. I love the flow and everything.
Thank you
Woo.
for
This
me.
has, oh,
We
you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you again. I appreciate you. Thank you guys for watching. And this is what I tell my YouTube family. Love you guys. Love yourself first because you are worth it.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Outer.
All right. You guys take care. Peace. You can stay there if you want 1 minute.